Las Vegas County Jail, every day brings new inmates, and with them comes more chances for trouble. These inmates have been booked and are moving upstairs to the housing modules. For some, it's a relief to get out of the tanks. But life upstairs is no easier.
You gotta be tough in here. You gotta be hard. It's all about Crips and blood. It's like the zoo. You ever been to the zoo? Just like that. It's all animals.
Inmates spend anywhere from a few days to a few years up here, locked down with a cellmate for 18 hours a day. The hours spent outside the cell provide some much-needed distraction through exercise and conversation. But it's over all too soon, and tempers often flare in the moments just before or after a lockdown. This is prime time for fighting. Sure enough, inmates are locking down in the module next door, and two cellmates take their last chance to fight. Officers respond from all over the jail. They arrive at the scene within seconds to find one inmate unconscious, the other bloodied and enraged.
Let's turn this guy.
After separating the two men, medical staff check for injuries. It quickly becomes clear that tonight, Kyle Cloutier was the aggressor. This was a fight about respect and reputation. Cloutier took the first swing when his cellmate called him a name that, in this jail, represents a challenge.
Punk ass bitch. Someone calls you a punk ass bitch. Those are fighting words. Like, it's not like you're on the streets where you could just walk away.
Cloutier swings a broom into the name caller's face, but quickly loses the upper hand. With two kicks to the head, he is unconscious. Thanks to the quick response of the officers, he escapes more serious injuries, possibly even death.
Yes, I regret it, but you're asking if it was necessary. Yes, it was. It's like to keep respect. It's not something out of it. You're gonna get taken advantage of like a goldfish in a shark pond.
As punishment for the attack, Cloutier will spend 30 days in disciplinary housing, with 23 hours a day spent in lockdown. It's a place known to the inmates as the Hole.
So 6 by 9, you got the bed and zinc, and that's your world right there, you know, because you in there all day, all night, and there's nothing you can do to get out, you know, until they let you out. You definitely have to be somewhat strong, otherwise you're going to lose it.
This is where the most dangerous do their time, segregated from the rest of the jail. Inmates are allowed only 1 hour per day outside the cell to wander the module, and wear leg shackles whenever they're moved through general population. The goal is to keep these higher-risk inmates from attacking the officers and each other. Jerry Elliott is a regular here, a maximum security inmate. It's his 27th time in jail, this time for being drunk and disorderly. But it isn't his charges that earn him a trip to the Hole, or the fact that he has obscenities tattooed on his face. It's the company he keeps.
It's the whole reason I'm in segregation. I got my bolts and my swastikas. It's all skinhead representation. The horns, that's my inner demon.
Elliot is a member of the outlaw Nazi skinheads, a white supremacist prison gang.
The 88 is the 88 precepts, like our Constitution. If we don't abide by those laws and those rules, then, you know, we get dealt with. No, that's how it goes. You know, there's sergeants in our army as well.
He lives by the skinhead code, which doesn't allow him to mingle interracially. He literally fights to stay segregated and is a direct threat to other races.
I wouldn't be able to live peacefully in prison if my cell here was black. Well, I'm gonna get in a fight first chance I get, so I get in my own cell.
It isn't just the threat of conflict. Most high-ranking gang members are kept segregated to prevent them from recruiting and building rivalries. Gangs are the biggest threat to the jail's sense of control. They are highly organized with a culture of violence, and their numbers are growing by the day. California gangs, the most dangerous in the nation, have been crossing the border to Las Vegas to set up shop in a new territory. Almost 8,000 gang members carve out their territory here, most of them from Hispanic gangs with violent rivalries. They bring their politics into the Vegas jail, training new recruits and staging hits on enemies.
Some of these guys that are steeped in the politics in California prison system, they come into our system with an agenda, with a program, and they come here and they try to start something that we want to try and control.
Sergeant Rocco Lepore heads gang intelligence, a 5-man unit at the jail, specially trained to keep gangs in check. The key to their success is identifying the main players from the moment they go through booking. But lately, their biggest concern isn't with the known members, it's the unknown.
We have to identify who's who, what's what, to prevent certain violent acts to happen up in the housing units. Recently, we've noticed an uptick in certain disturbances.
7 fights in the last few weeks alone point to a disturbing trend.
A lot of the inmates that were causing the problem were unidentified gang members. These are the people that pose the biggest threat to your safety and security of the facility.
Gang members stay unclassified by hiding their tattoos and affiliations, which leaves them undetected and free to run gang business, like ordering hits and smuggling drugs, anything to undermine the jail's authority. Now, Lepore and his team are planning serious action to find and identify all the unknown gang members in a massive sweep before the violence